to be unity, especially among opposition political parties and some elements within ZANU-PF, and also Nelson Chamisa seems also to be coming, together with others in calling for togetherness, especially in addressing the current crisis, that is to change the constitution without following due process. It is something that Emerson Mnangagwa wants to actually push, and Nelson Chamisa is saying no to this. It's high time the country come together also to put an end to Emerson Mnangagwa's shenanigans, that is to mutilate the constitution of the land. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, don't forget to subscribe so that you keep on getting these news. So Nelson Chamisa, about 28 minutes ago, have posted the following: coming together. We are at a defining moment. So he actually regards this period in time where we are as a period that will define Zimbabwe. He says amending the constitution and worse, amending the will of the people. So he equates to amending the constitution that Emerson Mnangagwa seeks to do as amending the will of the people, in saying is unacceptable. He said this is not time for luxury, which means people should not relax. And he goes on to say this is not time for bickering, that people should not be making noise. It is a time for crisis. It is, in fact, a time for crisis time collaboration. So he's saying now is a crisis time collaboration where all Zimbabweans have to collaborate in order to put an end to this nonsense that Emerson Mnangagwa is actually obsessed with. He said we need a constitutional and political settlement that delivers real reforms and lasting prosperity for everyone. Only as one can we win the future. Zimbabwe is us, we the citizens. This is what Nelson Chamisa has posted. This time around, quite clear than previous statements. He appears to be joining others. And obviously there will be some counterintelligence. Do you think a politician will ask you how this would be done? If you are revealing actually your secret weapons, then that means it's easier to be defeated. So he says, again, I ask, what's the plan? Where is the platform, website, WhatsApp directions? Are you just tweeting to tweet? He says a lot is already happening in communities. Stay tuned and ready. And then someone says, a brave leader at this time, now and never, Mr. President. He says, yes, a brave leader needs brave citizens. And then they continue to write. Obviously, counterintelligence is also there. So Nelson Chamisa already assuring citizens that something is happening on the ground already, and indicating that we don't just require a brave leader, but we equally require brave citizens. There appears to be unity against Emerson Mnangagwa. Yesterday, Nelson Chamisa posted what has been actually put on record by Professor Lovemore Maduku, saying there is going to be a rude awakening to those pushing for the constitutional amendment, saying they are pushing for political public unrest. It's unacceptable. We will fight it in court, and if courts fail, we will make it a political issue. Also, Lovemore Maduku very, very clear about this one. There appears to be a consensus, especially amongst the progressive political parties, And also I saw the CDF of Tendai also supporting the application that has been made by the war veterans in ZANU-PF. Already Tendai has indicated that he is willing to work with Nelson Chamisa. He is willing also to work with all progressive. That's the spirit that we want against Emerson Dawes. If Zimbabwe sees the people of Zimbabwe united, and if Mnangagwa sees opposition politicians coming together, already he is shivering. This is what has been posted by Constitution Defenders Forum, led by Tendai. It says, CDF comment, we note that a group of war veterans have approached the Constitutional Court of Zimbabwe seeking constitutional relief. This development confirms what CDF has consistently maintained, that the defense of the Constitution transcends party lines, generations, and political affiliations. When liberation war veterans, citizens, and civic actors all find themselves compelled to seek protection from the courts, it signals the gravity of the moment Zimbabwe faces. So all politicians actually clear about the moment that Zimbabwe is currently facing, saying the courts are a constitutional arena for resolving disputes. Approaching the judiciary is not rebellion, it is reliance on the rule of law. CDF welcomes all lawful efforts aimed at safeguarding constitutional order. The struggle to defend the 2013 Constitution must remain peaceful, lethal, and principled. The Constitution belongs to the people and it must be defended in every legitimate forum. Politicians being in one in terms of actually defending the Constitution of Zimbabwe, something that Emerson Mnangagwa is embarking on, but there is seemingly strong opposition from all walks of life. Zimbabweans are speaking loudly and clear. For example, David Coltert also posting something about 9 hours ago. He says, no, it doesn't culminate in this way if Constitution is complied with. If Mnangagwa and the current crops of MPs, i.e. incumbents, seeks to benefit from any changes, then it must culminate in a referendum. Section 328 makes that crystal clear. Don't mislead the public. He was commenting on what was actually stated by the state media propaganda that is chronically saying government yesterday gazetted the constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026 to kickstart a 90-day lying in state. So you can see from Emerson Mnangagwa, they are already moving forward with the mutilation of the Constitution, but it's quite clear from Zimbabweans, even Justice A. Mavenzenge, saying Clause 4 of the proposed Zimbabwe constitutional amendment seeks to change Section 95 to extend E.D. Mnangagwa's term of office, which the Constitutional Court of Zimbabwe has already said cannot be changed without going for a referendum, and the changes shall not benefit the incumbent. This proposed amendment goes against the position of the highest court in the land and seeks to overthrow what is supposed to be the supreme law of the land. Clearly, this is a constitutional coup. We must call it what it is. Zimbabweans united in actually speaking against this. So someone saying they are serious about securing an additional 2 years. It seems they are not particularly concerned with the acceptability of the changes. Their main focus appears to be on the suppressing any voices that oppose this process. That is Guda Mugoba. a lot of people speaking against this. Someone saying, Mr. Handsome Zete, thieves are now quoting the Constitution, which they abuse on a daily basis. So there is seemingly unity of purpose already. The NDWG movement, a women's league that is led by Job Sikala, already having posters written no to 2030, protect our future, protect democracy. We stand for constitutional order, we stand for accountability, we stand for the voice of the people, no term extension, no power grab, respect the constitution, no to 2030. Zimbabweans are speaking loud and clear about 2030 term extension. National Democratic Working Group also saying, remember, is not about people and economic development, but it is all centered on building power, which will be permanently entrenched in authoritarian rule. Constitutional Amendment number 3 is a coup of any democratic process, with citizens totally omitted in this constitutional siege. This is what the National Democratic Working Group is actually saying. People coming against the propaganda machinery, as well as also coming against Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa's narrow and selfish interest. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch.